Hey, how's it going, everyone? Alex from Verus here, and what we are looking at is the first ever production unit bottom mount UCW for the VB WRX. Now, this is not the first bottom mount UCW that we've had in the VB. We did have a first article unit that we did sell to someone out west for a discounted rate. His name is Victor, I believe, and he's been running the first article for about 2 years now. So if you've seen a bottom mount UCW on a VB WRX, specifically a red one, floating around on social media, that is most likely Victor's car. So real quick, we just want to give a quick shout out to him for representing us well and just having a really cool build and pulling up car meets with it. So Victor, we seriously appreciate it. Your car looks awesome. So be sure to check out his Instagram. With all that being said, we are definitely anticipating for questions regarding performance, especially in comparison with the swan neck variant of this wing. So let's get with Matt and let's talk about it real quick and figure out what the key differences are.
There is a pretty large difference between the swan neck and the bottom mount, but both of them are a perfect balance for the Ventus 3 kit. Like you can interchange them. They'll both balance the splitter. There's no problems with interchangeability between the two. Questions about individual components, like the wing on its own or diffuser on its own, can be a little bit complicated because all of these different parts can be interconnected. So that's kind of why we generally stick to publishing, this is what this package does. Even that is largely dependent on car setup, ride height, rake. So yeah, we try to just keep it simple and say, like, this is a package that will work well together and this is what the package does. The VB is kind of an interesting example. If I come over here, these are some like velocity slices from two different CFD cases. The one on the right is the bottom mount, the one on the left is the swan neck. So for the VB, we offer the two different versions. The swan neck is lower, but it's farther rearward, and conversely, the bottom mount is mounted higher up, but further forward. Comparing the two cases, looking at the total car numbers, the swan neck produces 12% more downforce for the whole car and about 1% more drag. So it's quite a bit more efficient. It is making a little bit more drag, but it's making way more extra downforce. So your lift-over drag is going up pretty substantially. One thing that's kind of interesting is if you isolate the forces on the wing by themselves, they're actually making pretty much the same downforce. The reason that the bottom mount is making the same downforce as the swan neck is mostly because it is up a little bit higher, so it's in slightly cleaner air. So the wing forces are the same for downforce. The swan neck is producing less drag. The reason the total car downforce is higher with the swan neck, despite the lower wing position, is actually the lift that the body is generating is a little bit less with the swan neck, and the wing being a little bit lower and further back is actually helping diffuser performance. So the rear diffuser is in this setup performing a decent chunk better than it is with the bottom mount wing. In the case of this wing, this high velocity area is an area of very low pressure. Like, that's how the wing generates downforce. It's predominantly the low pressure zone under the airfoil. So that low pressure is actually, air pressure always wants to equalize. You have a balloon, it's full of air. The air in the balloon's higher pressure than the air outside of the balloon. So you let go of the balloon, the pressure equalizes and air flows out of the balloon. So you have an area of low pressure here, and it just kind of helps evacuate some of the, or it helps drive more flow across the diffuser. Because that bottom surface is where the majority of the downforce is being produced, that's kind of why the swan neck is more efficient generally than a bottom mount, because it gets a bunch of that kind of bulky mounting component away from that bottom surface and up on top where it's not going to have as much of an impact. So if I kind of cycle through the bottom mount velocity slices, you'll see as we, oh, that little problem there, but as we get close to, so this is, you're starting to see some detachment, and this is caused by the mount. You can kind of see the ghosted outline of the wing up right there. There's the wing mount. So that's causing detachment, less downforce, more drag because of that. On the swan neck one, that still happens, but its impact is, it's kind of like you just see a little bit of extra detachment right there. It's pretty minimal compared to what happens with the bottom mount wing.
That's pretty cool. So would this be typically a case that we would see with bottom mount wings just not being as efficient, or is this based on, you know, car by car scenario?
Yeah, it's a pretty solid rule of thumb that the swan neck's going to be more efficient than the bottom mount, but also it does depend on the platform. Like the C8 Corvette, for example, there's not really that big of a difference between the two. That's largely because the upright is positioned right in line with the rear hatch, like the engine bay outlet vents. So the air flowing out of the engine bay in that spot is disrupting flow over the wing probably more than the uprights and mounts are. So it's a really good place to put wing uprights because you're already having disturbed airflow over the wing element in that spot. If we had positioned the mounts way further out or way further in, we'd still be getting that disturbed airflow from the engine bay, and then probably additional disruption from the wing mounting in a different location. So it was really
That's cool.
Good spot to put the wing uprights.
That's actually really cool. I never even thought about that.
Yeah. So I would say that in aero, nothing is black and white. Almost nothing is necessarily right and wrong. It's a lot of interconnected dependent systems. So we try and look at a variety of different situations and test cases and come up with a solution that's a good compromise. People are wondering like why the swan neck or why the bottom mount. We actually initially teased both a swan neck and a bottom mount and just to sort of get some community feedback, and it was really close. It was really close to 50-50. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Being an engineering focused company, we were like, okay, well, we have to do the swan neck, it's more efficient. So that's what we released initially, but there's been tons of demand for a bottom mount too. Like I guess a lot of people just feel like aesthetically it's a better match for the VB platform, which I can kind of see that from like a traditional Subaru look. Right. The bottom mount just works from a looks perspective. So we can offer both. They both work as a full package. And another advantage of the bottom mount is it is a little bit more simple. The parts are usually a little bit smaller and easier to make, so we can offer it at a slightly lower cost as well.